Hey, yeah, oh, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, oh, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, oh,
Hello everyone, my name is Easy and welcome to another episode of Easy Does It. Now this week we are going to check out a channel that's been around for a while. I basically do reviews and reactions on YouTube channels and then sometimes daily vlogs. This week we're going to check out a channel called Philly in the Philippines. His real name is Brian. He's married to a woman named Lut, which is the weirdest name I've ever heard. I know there's strange names out there sometimes, but I've never heard anyone called Lut before. It's the first time I've ever heard that name. But she seems like a nice lady. She has a daughter named Hannah, and I'm not sure where the other one came from. They call her Sam, and sometimes, or her nickname Bean, and I don't know where she came from. I have been watching Brian and his family for a number of years now on his YouTube channel. I've been a long time subscriber. Like I said, she just kind of popped in and there was no explanation that I ever saw of where she came from. I don't know if she's family or what of Lutz and she just took her in or some shit. I don't know. But there's two girls now where there was just Hannah Grace. I do know Hannah Grace is definitely Lutz's daughter. I don't know if Bing is like a cousin or a niece or whatever of hers, but she's joined them. Brian's kind of adopted him. Anyways, like I said, I've been watching Brian for quite a while. I do sometimes watch another one every now and then from the Philippines. His name is Tim K. I have watched him before. I don't watch him as often. I usually just watch, Brian. And I know there's several YouTubers from the Philippines that do daily vlogs and shit. Brian does all kinds of vlogs. He vlogs when he's on vacation with his family. He vlogs, walking around. Every once in a while he'll do a walking video of Walking Street in Angeles City, which is where they live at, or Angeles City, however you want to pronounce it. Every now and then he'll do Walking Street, just to give you an update on what's going on since the China V hit over there. Anyways, I've always wanted to travel, but I'm one of these Americans that, that will never have the money to ever travel anywhere. I've never been outside of the United States. I've just never had the money to do it. I'd love to go and travel around, but when you don't have the money to do it, you can't do it. And sadly, I probably never will. I'll probably never get out of the United States, and see different parts of the world, which sucks, because there's a lot of places I'd like to go check out, but just no money. I'm one of those who have always worked a 9-to-5 job where they just pay you enough to be able to survive, to like barely pay your bills, and then you're lucky if you have any money left over to go get a fucking hot dog or sandwich, or something like that, That's just the way it is. You live paycheck to paycheck. This shit where they try to make the average American makes hundreds of thousands of dollars is just complete BS. Because that's not your average American. Your average American is like myself. You get a 9 to 5 job, you work your ass off all your life and you're not able to get anywhere. It's like that for a lot of people here in America. But anyways, Philly or Brian, he's got over, 40 million views. He started June 28, 2015. I know I started watching his channel not too long after that, probably 2016 or 17, when he claims in his bio that he found loot in the Philippines, brought her over here, married her, and a year or so later they moved back to the Philippines, and he's been there ever since. He prefers the Philippines compared to the States. He used to live in Philadelphia, obviously, and I don't blame him. Philadelphia is a very leftist city, and he literally states that's one of the reasons he went over there. But anyways, we're gonna watch one of his what he calls a motor vlog. He sometimes does what's called a motor vlog, where he's riding around his little scooter or motorbike, and he talks while he's riding around the city. Now, he goes to different parts of the city all the time. He does have a car, but he doesn't use it very often. And usually the reason why he doesn't use a car as much as he does as a motorbike is because he's gotten on a lot, at least 3 or 4 wrecks that I know of. And they've always been, he's got videotape of it, because the Filipinos will always try to blame it on him every single time. And the Filipino police will usually side with the Filipino because he's a foreigner. But then when he shows them the video, well, they see the difference. But that's a good reason why, if you're in a foreign country, you should always videotape. If you're riding a vehicle or something, because the locals will always try to blame it on the foreigner. Just like he talks all the time. A lot of times even though he goes with her, a lot of times he lets Lut do the shopping, because they will overcharge the foreigners where they won't the Filipinos. They raise the price all the time. Now, as far as the motor vlogs go, you'll see that these people in the Philippines, these Filipinos, they don't go by like street lights or street signs or any of that shit. You've got to play defense in the Philippines, because they will run your ass over. They don't look. They stop sometimes, but a lot of times they don't. They will just go, 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 and you've got to pay attention to everyone else besides your own driving. Anyways, we're going to watch a little bit of this, and then I'll give you my 2 cents on him, and then we'll see what you think of it. Now this is a new intro. He just started this, this past year or so. Just showing you some of the stuff he's done.
Alright guys, here we go.
Now at the beginning of this video, which I didn't show, he goes over, he's got like 3 cameras that he uses. The one on his bike in the front, the one in the very back, and the one on top of his helmet.
1080 is perfectly fine for me.
I just didn't think you'd want to watch that part, so I just went straight to
Check out
him
the Walking Street.
riding around.
Nobody wants to see my face. We're just gonna ride. Maybe ride up. Well, obviously you see where we're at. Ride up near. Go down into Hansonville. Go over to Hansonville Bridge.
Now see, he names a lot of stuff all the time, like streets and shit, and I'm like, okay. I don't live there, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But he has subscribers that are Filipinos, so they know what he's talking about.
Nobody coming.
He might have a few expats as well. See, Walking Street. He just went through Walking Street.
You guys understand something? Riding in the city is different than riding out in the province. Even riding in this city of Angeles is different than riding in Manila. I know one thing out in the province. The thing you got to worry about out there, well, you might not have a lot of traffic out in the province. However, you've got to keep your eye out for hogs and chickens and roosters. They'll come across the front of you, and you're cruising out in them province roads. And you really got to watch out for that. Here you just got to watch out for other vehicles. People doing what I call the Heisman pose.
See, he talks about animals are worse than the city. I wouldn't think so, because you're not going to run across the animals all that much. I've seen videos of the province. I'd rather be driving out in the provinces, plain and simple. These people will not just drive in front of you, they will walk in front of your ass.
I did my video yesterday about traffic.
I don't know how many times I've seen him, or not just him, but others. They'll drive around the city and they nearly run people over. Or they're walking and they nearly get ran over.
And make a comment right off the bat without even watching it. They'll watch 10 seconds of it.
Because a lot of time, them Filipinos, they don't pay attention. And it's not just the Philippines. I've seen crap with people in Vietnam and shit like that. They do the same fucking thing. All them eastern countries, they do not pay attention. You have to pay attention.
Not too much to talk about.
Them people will walk right in front of you, or drive right in front of you.
Candy palaces and all that.
They don't have any, like, a lot of vehicle law, or, road laws.
Right there, that little spot right there is probably one of the worst parts of the road. You're surrounded in this area by millions of US dollars. And nobody can fix that road right there. Crazy.
Yeah, I do think that's kind of what he's talking about is a little crazy.
And we'll shoot down here.
You see a lot of these Filipinos with these nice cars and shit, and their city has a little bit of money to fix the roads and shit, but they don't do it. They
So
just
you never trust a turn signal
let it
here.
fall apart.
Never. People have.
I've never understood that about, like I say, it's not just the Philippines. I'm not, coming down on the Philippines. I would like to live in the Philippines, to be honest. I think places,
And also on motorcycles here. I don't know how the Walmart.
a lot of people just try to show you the bad, the slums, and that kind of shit, the trash.
Not the big ones. The little
Not
ones.
all of Philippines is like
I
that.
don't know if
Just
that-
certain areas. America's got certain areas that are like that. Honestly, they do now. Like Chicago, California. There's certain cities that just trash
So
through
you always gotta
fucking
remember,
city areas.
turn left,
They're
turn right,
trash.
use your turn signal.
So
They're not self-canceling. What does that mean? They don't turn off. There's no click. Like if you're riding in a car, there's none of that. You got to remember. Hey, the old Hensonville.
I noticed that a lot of these places, like in the Philippines,
My microphone is stuck right up here now.
they ride a lot of
Right
bikes,
beside my helmet.
like
I got the dead cat
bicycles,
on
not
to kill all the
motorbikes, but pedals.
You guys have left comments.
You'll see a lot of people ride
Sounds a
around
lot
them with
better.
bicycles.
Then I'm like, all right, let me turn this, flip this down.
Oh,
Now it sounds like I'm in a tunnel, right? Sounds like I'm in a cave with the helmet down. This
I
is just
don't-
a test. I'm wondering how well
sounds
it's gonna
fine to
sound.
me.
To me, it sounds like I'm in a tunnel.
Yeah, but you're a little bit louder
This is a
when
test.
you talk with that down.
Back up. These little road microphone go-tos, they're good. It's all in personal preference, and I like them. I think they're great.
See, I don't have the money to get them type of cameras and microphones and all that crap. I wish I did, so I could make my videos and shit better. But you go with what you got.
You're fighting the road. You got bicycles on the road, people on the road.
Yep.
This is city driving.
Yeah, like I said, I'd rather
intersection. If you
I'd
notice,
rather drive in the
intersections,
Providence than in the
there's no
city.
stop signs. No
I don't
stop
even
signs.
like driving in the cities here in America. I think they suck.
There's no traffic light.
Just too many people. It's too
Right
easy
there.
getting an accident.
No helmet.
I don't like places where there's a
No
shit
helmet.
ton of
You
people.
guys count how many people have no helmet.
I just-
Required
I
by law to have a helmet.
honestly,
Also another thing that's
I prefer
required
staying
by
at
law.
home
Shoes.
rather than
blue
getting
shoes,
out.
no
I don't
sandals,
like
no chanelas.
socializing. I'm kind of antisocial
But it is what it is. This is the
because
Philippines.
there's just too many people who are nuts anymore. It's not like, you know, 50 years ago or better where people, you know, would try to help each other out and shit. They don't do that like today. It's completely different now. People are mean and
In
cruel.
the afternoon, early morning, you'll have a traffic guy here right in this intersection because this will get really backed up with a lot of traffic.
See what I mean?
Big
Oh,
car
see,
here.
dude?
It's a big Toyota
They'll just run your ass
Camry.
over.
That's what's nice.
They don't fucking care.
Motorbike.
It's nuts.
There's a big grader, huh?
Crazy.
We'll turn right. Turn right up here.
But yeah, I've watched other videos, like I said, other channels from the Philippines. Tim, like I mentioned, Tim K. He's about the only other one I really watch. I don't watch any others. There's no point in it.
Oh man.
You know, or Brian, he shows quite a bit of the Philippines, so I just don't see the point in watching other channels. And I like him and his family,
They're
so
doing adding more
I usually just watch him.
buildings on in there.
I like being able to view places over there, you know, because even though it's sad, but I'll never have the fucking money to go anywhere. So I won't ever be able to get to visit the Philippines or Japan or, you know, certain areas over there that I would like to visit. Hell, I've always wanted to visit Ireland, you know, but same thing, you know, I'll never be able to do it.
You can split
Never.
the lanes here.
It sucks. But a lot of Americans, like myself, we work
What I
9 to 5
suggest
jobs.
coming
We'll
here
never
first,
have the money.
Split the lanes here.
But yeah, like most people, I'll never have that kind of money
What
to
I
go
suggest
visit them
someone coming here
places.
first,
I wish I
doing all that
could.
crazy stuff.
There's another
That you're
one
really experienced.
that I watch called Harold Balder.
Another
But he
intersection.
goes all
Very,
kinds
very
of
busy.
places over there in the
There's your
east,
hospital on the right-hand
the
side.
eastern part of the world. So I've watched several of his videos too. There's a couple of them that travel all around that I've seen videos of, but mainly I just watch Brian and his family in the Philippines. Like I said, I'd love to go over there
People
one
say,
day.
Philly, you drive like a maniac. I just drive like everybody else drives.
I don't see it
'Cause
happening.
here's the weird thing. If you don't drive like everybody else drives, then you become a hazard on the road. I know it sounds crazy, it sounds silly, but you do. You become a hazard on the road.
See what I'm telling you? You have to drive defense over there. You're constantly, he's literally telling you, you have to drive like them or you're going to get ran
I'm
over.
not even going to try.
You have to walk like them
I'm not even gonna
or you're
try.
going to get ran over.
See,
You have to
everybody
pay
gives and goes
attention.
here. You give, you go. You give, you go.
See? That's why I say, you know, they'll stop and then go. Stop and go. Just, some of them will let you go, some of them will try to run you over. It's a completely different style of driving over there. No stoplights, no street signs. They have no road laws. Except for if you ride a motorbike, you're supposed to have a helmet on. He keeps mentioning that every time he does one of these.
Bicyclers like
But
that.
not all of them will wear
Side.
a helmet.
You got people pushing carts down the road. Controlled chaos is all it is. Appears to be
Controlled
chaotic, but
chaos.
it's
Yeah,
all
right.
under control.
Right. Sure, Brian.
There's another intersection up here. Four-way intersection that's always pretty busy. No traffic stop or no traffic signs.
So, look
No
at the
traffic
people that
lights, no stop
open their
signs, none of that.
doors like that in the middle of the road.
Get myself
crazy.
around here. Plenty of room there, but here, like I said, another intersection. Back in the States, there'd be a traffic sign or a traffic light there or something.
Yep.
Stop sign, whatever.
They don't have that over there. A lot of them foreign countries don't. India, Indonesia, Africa, Vietnam, Seoul.
It's like give and go, give and
You
go.
know, a lot of them countries do not have street signs or
When you
lights.
Go around someone. You gotta look in that mirror. They'll sneak up the side. They'll sneak up either side. You
It's
gotta
dangerous.
constantly keep your eyes on your mirror.
I don't see how
Trust
they
your
do it.
mirrors.
It's crazy.
Turn your head. That's a motorcycle pickup in front of us.
Ha
See
ha.
You put your bad boy in there, you put whatever in there, and away you go. Now we're coming up in the center city here. Now where do I want to go? I think I'm going to shoot around the circle.
Yeah, obviously he's
I'll
a
take it down
vapor.
This crazy street here. What time is it?
Well, a lot of people don't
Should be
don't
pretty-
realize
should be
this,
pretty
but
busy. I'm going to shoot around the circle.
vaping is just as bad as regular smoking. It does damage to your lungs.
Traffic enforcers
They've
in the middle.
scientifically
Shoot
found
down
this
street here. Street
to
that
be
goes
just
by
as bad, if not
St. Nicholas-
worse.
St. Nicholas Market here. Show you how busy it gets through here. Guys, if you're riding along this long, thank you. Like I said, it's going to be a long video. It's going to be a long video.
Now they have, see that Jollibee?
See what's going on.
They have like a McDonald's and shit like that, and a KFC and all that crap over there too. But they got their own
This guy, what this guy yelling at?
fast food type of places, and Jollibee
Yelling
is
about
one of them.
something.
It's like a McDonald's or some shit, if I remember
I
right.
always see if I keep my feet planted up on the floorboards of a motorcycle. See how well I'm balanced. That is a great way to whoa, look out. See that shit? They're right there, boom. They didn't even look. They
Yeah.
just opened the door.
It's crazy.
Took me out. I always see how well balanced I am. If you can.
He's in a dangerous area. He's in a
ride around the city
marketplace.
and test
They
yourself
just set that
for
shit
balance.
up in the middle of the fucking
What I
road.
mean by balance.
They do it all the
Put your
time.
feet down.
Try to
This
sell
road's
goods
super
in
empty.
the middle of the road.
That wasn't even challenging.
Usually it's packed
Yeah, I
when
was
he
looking for a
walks
challenge.
through there, but there are places like that.
Wednesday.
He'll walk through them,
Wednesday,
and they're
9
just
o'clock,
packed.
9:40. Usually pretty busy. That wasn't even a challenge, guys. Things happen so quick.
But see, if they're gonna
Like
do
that
shit
guy
like
just
that,
threw his door open.
they need to do it to where
You don't even have enough time
the police
to
come
react
in,
on
they
your
rope
phone.
the
Like, you
streets
have enough
off.
time to
Like,
react on
you
your
can't
phone,
drive down
but
those
not a
streets
warrant.
with
So
a
it's-
motor vehicle, bike or,
That's the fun.
you know, car or truck
That's
or
the
whatever.
fun.
They should close them streets off so people can walk up and down and not have to worry about getting ran over. That's just asinine, stupid, and
I'll turn up
crazy
this
to
road
me
here.
that they don't do that.
But
But, like I said, it's the Philippines. A lot of times they don't do stuff that would make common sense, you know, to a lot of people. Whole different type of culture. The way they look and view at things over there is just completely different. They like to live dangerously.
all right. Yeah, this will come to a T, and then I'll turn left. Go by Mama Lucian. When I get there, I'll tell you. It's where the
He's almost done. I think I will end it here. That's good enough. I just wanted to give you a view of his channel. One of the things he does, like I said, he walks around and stuff like that, and shit. He also does shit where he's doing shit at home, like a vlog at home, and he'll show the family, and he'll be talking about, you know, stuff with his family. And then, you know, there's also, you know, he does shit on vacation. He'll vlog his vacation for his viewers. And then sometimes he'll do a live stream where he's just sitting down in front of his camera and he's just chatting with the chat box or whatever, people in the chat box, about a particular subject or whatever, you know, his view on it. And, you know, people sometimes ask him questions, and, you know, he'll give his own about, you know, certain laws or whatever's going on in the Philippines at that time that's changed politically, or you know, you get what I'm saying, like, you know, the everyday thing that's changed or whatever. Anyways, that is Brian, and that is Philly in the Philippines. That's his channel. Go ahead, check him out. As far as, you know, an expat living in a different country, he's my favorite. Him and his family, I really like his family. You know, he's a family guy, and that really resonates with me. His views on a lot of stuff is very similar to my views. Not all of them, but the majority of them. You know, he's just he's not completely conservative. Like myself, I'm more, you know, in the middle. You know, and I don't call myself a moderate. I lean a little bit more to the right than I do to the left politically wise. I just think all the leftist crap that's been going on has gone way overboard and way to the extreme, and it needs to be nipped in the bud. Uh, but you know, like I said, he's a family guy, so I kind of like that about him. And he seems like he has at least some common sense about most things. So, anyways, definitely check him out. I give his channel 2 thumbs up. That's all I have for you this week. Until next time, everyone, please take care. We'll see you then.